Hello everyone, welcome you all in today's my class. In this class, today I am going to solve question answer of your civics chapter 1, name is the Constitution of India. Okay, so let's start this video and carefully watch this video completely. So first here all questions of your chapter. So first question is choose the correct answer and fill in the blanks. And A section, choose the correct answer and fill in the blanks. And second, B option, filling the blanks. C, state whether true or false. If false, correct the statement. And D, answer the following question in 10 to 20 words. Next, section E, answer the following question in 50 to 70 words. Section E, answer the following question in 80 to 100 words. So, in all section, I give you answer one by one. So, let's start. So, first, choose the correct answer. So, first question is, here in this slide, I will show you only answer. So first question is option A, section A, choose the correct answer and fill in the blanks. So question is 1, article dash of the constitution abolished the practice of untouchability. So right answer is option C, 17. Second question, the Untouchability Offence Act was passed in the year. So right option is option A, 1955. Question 3, A dash was set up to make the constitution for India. So right option is A, drafting committee. Question 4, the day the constitution came into effect is celebrated as. So right option is option C, Republic Day. Question 5, in a nation like India where people of divergent religious beliefs, cultural and socio-economic backgrounds reside, a spirit of dash helps to unify the people. So in this question right option is secularism. Okay. Next we solve section B. So section B is filling the blanks. So first question is in section fill in the blanks. First question, the dash enacts the laws that govern a country. So answer is constitution, means the constitution enacts the laws that govern a country. Question 2, the Constituent Assembly approved the final draft of the Constitution on 26 November 1949. Question 3, rule of law means no one is above the law. Question 4, the terms dash and dash were added to the Constitution in 1976 through the 42nd amendment. So right option is socialist and secular. So answer is the term socialist and secular were added to the constitution in 1976 through the 42nd amendment. Question 5, dash means that the Indian state is impartial towards all religions. So answer is secularism means that the Indian state is impartial towards all religions. I hope you understood all answers very well. Next, section C, state whether true or false. If false, correct the statement. So first statement is the Indian Constitution is the supreme law of the country. So this statement is true. Second statement is the Constitution of India was the vision of Motilal Nehru. So this statement is false. So right statement is the preamble to the Constitution is a reflection of the vision of the Constitution makers. Question 3. The 42nd Amendment abolishes untouchability. So this statement is also false. So the right statement is the 42nd Amendment of 1976. The words socialist and secular were added to the preamble, not abolish untouchability. Okay. So question 4, statement 4. India has a representative parliamentary democracy. This statement is true. Statement 5. The Constitution is rigid and does not encourage change. So this statement is false. Right statement is the Constitution is not rigid and encourage change. Okay. So here your all objective questions are complete. Next we saw I give you answer of all question and answers. So section D. Okay, here statement 5, the Constitution is rigid and does not encourage change. This statement is false. So complete statement is the Constitution is not rigid and encourage changes according to the needs of the society. Okay, so next section D, answer the following question in 10 to 20 words. So dear student, you do not have any convenience to write an answer, so I will read each and every word slowly. Okay, if you have any inconvenience in writing the answer, then you can also write the answer by pause the video. So first question is define Constitution. So answer is the Constitution is a fundamental legal document according to which the government of a country functions. Question second, why do we celebrate Republic Day? So answer is the Constituent Assembly approved the draft of the Indian Constitution on 26th November 1949, but it came into effect on 26th January 1950. To mark this day, we celebrate 26th January as Republic Day. Okay. Question 3. Who was elected as the first president of the Constituent Assembly? So answer is Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the first president of the Constituent Assembly. Question 4. List 4 features of our Constitution that have been borrowed from other countries. Also mention the countries from where these features have been borrowed. So answer is 4 features of our Constitution are: first, parliamentary form of government. So parliamentary form of government. India adopted a parliamentary form of government from the British Constitution. Under this system, the head of the state may be a monarch or a president. Second feature is federalism. So India adopted this concept from Canada. Under this system, India has 2 levels of government, central and state government. So third features, fundamental rights. The Indian Constitution derives its concept of fundamental rights from the Constitution of the USA. These rights ensure the idea of secularism, socialism, right to equality, etc. Fourth feature is the directive principles. So, the directive principles of state policy adopted from the Irish Constitution are based on the concept of welfare state. So, question 5 next. What do you understand by social justice? So, answer is social justice means social and economic equality for all citizens. Social equality implies that all people be treated equally, irrespective of caste, creed, or sex. Economic equality means equitable distribution of wealth to bridge the gap between rich and the poor. So, dear student, here your section D question and answer is completed. Next, section E. Answer the following question in 50 to 70 words. So, question 1 is why was the dowry prohibition Act of 1961 passed? What amendments were made to it? So, answer is the Dowry Prohibition Act was in 1961 to prohibit the demanding, giving, and taking of dowry. Okay, so dowry as described by the Dowry Prohibition Act is the demand for the property by the groom's relatives from the bride's parents. An amendment was made to the Act of 1961 in 1981, which made payment or acceptance of dowry a punishable offense. So, next question 2. What do you understand by the concept of rule of law? So, answer is this question is the farmers of the Constitution of India had visualized that the rule of law must always prevail in order to help India occupy a credible position as a democratic country. In its most basic form, it means that no one is above the law. So, here question 2 is complete. Question 3. Trace the formation of the Indian Constitution. So, answer is this question is as the British decided to leave India, they decided to set up a constituent assembly to prepare the Constitution of independent India. However, Motilal Nehru and 8 other Congress leaders had drafted a constitution for India as far back as 1928. In 1931, at the Karachi session, the Congress discussed features of the Indian Constitution. At both deliberation, certain basic values were accepted by the Indian leaders, such as universal adult franchise, right to freedom and equality, and protection of the rights of minorities. Okay, so question answer 3 is complete. Question 4 is why is the preamble so important to the Constitution? So, answer is the preamble is the brief introductory note at the beginning of our Constitution. It is not enforceable by law. It provides a key to the understanding and interpretation of the Constitution. It has therefore been described as the soul of the Constitution. Question 4 is complete. Next, question 5. Write a brief note on separation of powers. So answer is, the Indian Constitution provides for three organs of government: the executive, legislature and the judiciary. The legislature is the law-making body. The executive is responsible for the enforcement of these laws, while the judiciary is responsible for dealing with situations that arise due to breach of laws. Each of these organs act as a check on the other and control arbitrary use of power by any one organ of the government. So here your section E question answer is complete. Next, section F, answer the following question in 80 to 100 words. So first question, how has the Untouchability Act helped in reducing inequality in the society? So answer is, the Parliament enacted the Untouchability Act 1955. Under this act, certain acts were declared as offences when done on grounds of untouchability. Punishment for such offences, like denial of admission to any deny of admission to any person to public institutions like place of worship, schools, hospitals, etc. An amendment to the Act in 1976 declared the practice of untouchability of legal offence punishable by law through imprisonment for 1 to 2 years. The prohibition of untouchability in the Constitution has thus been given a realistic and effective shape by this Act. So question 1 is complete. Question 2 is of section F. So question 2 is, discuss the importance of fraternity as an objective of the Constitution. So this question answer is, India being a land of diversity, a spirit of brotherhood among its people is necessary. The principle of common citizenship is directed towards strengthening this sense of unity and integrity of the nation. Fraternity is also implemented by giving equal rights to all. The Constitution of India aims to provide such right to individuals. Some examples of such principles include this point. First, the directive principles of the state have been used to benefit all citizens equally in providing adequate means of livelihood. Second, the practice of untouchability was abolished in India to preserve individual dignity. So dear student, here your question 2 answer is complete. So question 3 is, discuss how federalism is practiced in India. So answer is, question 3 answer is, federalism means existence of two or more tiers of government. Under this system, India has two levels of government: central and state government. A third tier exists in the form of Panchayati Raj. The union and state governments are both created by the Constitution. Their structure, functions, and powers are all defined. As a result, the union government can't take away the powers of the state governments without their consent. Okay, so here your all question answer of your civics chapter 1 complete. I hope you all understood well. Thank you for watching.